in the NFL draft.
Hey, make us lunch. We're hungry.
Yo everybody, how you doing? King Ding back here. Now if you're looking and saying, why is this guy got these goofy glasses? Because I grabbed the wrong sunglasses. These are 3D glasses for the TV. And I sat there and I grabbed them instead of my sunglasses. I don't feel like going back in and getting them. I'm totally discombobulated right now. I gotta tell you, I'm totally messed up with this Carson Wentz situation. But as always, we're in a victory room for a victory celebration, and we do have something to celebrate. We do have a lot to celebrate, a lot to be thankful for, and maybe some stuff to be hopeful for. So that's what I'm going to try to do to the best of my ability here. But, you know, this is a hard video to make. This is not one that I like to really do because my thoughts are all on Carson Wentz, and that's the truth. But I'll say this. Actually, I'll say this before I say that. A lot of you guys have been fans of the Angry Grandpa show. I've seen it, not a lot, but I've seen it a few times. Very funny. I know that he passed away, so I want to give a shout out to him. Rest in peace. Praying for the family, and you know, amazing YouTube channel. And I hope that the family's good. I hope he rests in peace. I want to say that because I know a lot of you guys liked that show and followed it. So nothing but respect. And hey, you know, it's a shame. It's a hard thing when that happens. But on to the Eagles. Well, listen, we do have to celebrate. We are the 2017 NFC East champions. I can't stand looking at myself with these goofy glasses, so I'm going to take them off. And here you go. There he is. There's the beautiful man. Yes, definitely me. Now, what are we going to say? First off, I'm telling you, I'm not all there. We're going to have a victory cigar to the Eagles, to Carson Wentz, that maybe, somehow, it won't be as bad as we think it is. But regardless, you balled out in the biggest game. You came up the biggest. You carried this team for 4 quarters or 3.5 quarters, and you were the man. Carson Wentz, get well, praying for you. This cigar is for you. So with that said, oh wait. Before I light this bad boy up, it's one thing I have to have. It's eggnog time, yo, for Carson Wentz. Now we can light this bad boy up. How do you begin to do this video? How do you begin? I don't know. Let's start with the game. So the Eagles go play the Rams. Biggest game of their career. Doug, Carson, the whole team. And it was very interesting what I saw. They start the opening possession with an interception. Rams go up quickly, 7-0. Defense missed a lot of tackles, all that kind of stuff. But Carson Wentz kept coming. He just kept boom, 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 pass. Then he missed Alshon. Then, you know, but he comes back, he hits Hollins. Hollins drops it. He keeps coming. And he stands in there and he takes these shots. And he keeps coming. And I'm going, my God, this kid is clinching the MVP. To me, this was the clinching MVP game. That's what it would have been. The clinching MVP game for this kid. Now, I know people say, I'd rather have a Super Bowl. I don't care. I want them all. I want it all. Like I said before, I want it all. But what I'm saying is this kid's performance was unreal. It was like a veteran quarterback, a Pro Bowler, that kind of guy. He carried that team in the biggest game, the biggest situation, going down 7-0, bringing them back, going down after the punt block, and they get the touchdown, and he comes right back. He keeps coming, that guy. He keeps coming. but I thought the defense led a lot of tackles. Like there were several plays where Gurley would have 3, 4, 5 broken tackles. 3, 4, 5 broken tackles. And I was like, we did all the work. The Rams go right down score. It was horrible. And then Carson gets hurt. Now, the injury, I didn't like the run. I didn't like the play call. I'll get into that another time because I don't want to be angry anymore tonight. I don't want to be sad. I just want to let this sink in, you know? But if you think about it, when Carson did go out, the team did pick it up. They picked it up. They started to rally. They started to come together, and they lifted up, and they were able to pick it up, especially on defense, get a turnover, get the ball back, and then be able to shut the Rams down. That was big, man. That was huge. That was huge. So Carson carried that team. When he got hurt, the team picked it up, rallied around maybe the injury, rallied around each other, and they were able to go out and get the win. And Foles did enough to get the 3 points, to get the score, and they did enough. So, that's a good sign of a team that they can do that. So going forward, we're going to see how they pick themselves up, how they rally around this injury, if it is all season, and what they do. That's going to be the big question. Man, it's tough. Unbelievable. I knew I had this bad feeling when these elves on the shelves, my kids got elves on the shelf, they keep staring at me. You ever look at an elf on the shelf look at you? It looks like they're looking nasty at you. Like dude, they want, you want to fight? You want to fight me, elf on the shelf? You want to fight? You want to go? Let's go, you elf on the shelf dingbat. I get that elf on the shelf prostate exam right here. Those things, I don't like the way they look at me. I gotta tell you, I don't like it. Look at me, they get hurt. Anyways, this is tough. So the Eagles win the 2017 NFC East. Champions. Everything goes right in the NFC. The Vikings lose to the Panthers. The Falcons lose on Thursday night. The Seattle Seahawks lose. The Rams lose by losing to us. And the Eagles are the number 1 seed. And now I believe, from what I've been told, the Eagles would have a tiebreaker on Minnesota because they beat the Rams and the Vikings lost to Carolina. So everything was going the Eagles' way until this injury. Man, and this kid was playing so good. He was playing so good. It hurts. This hurts big time. I haven't felt this hurt about the Eagles, like an injury. I have to go back to Randall Cunningham versus Green Bay, opening game of the year. Eagles were supposed to be real Super Bowl favorites. They were in there, they were playing Green Bay, and Cunningham tore his ACL. I believe he tore his ACL that night. And he was out for the year. And ACL injuries were different back then, but they were hard to come back from. But his season was over, and I just never forget the feeling, And the Eagles still managed to go 10-6, I think. They didn't make the playoffs, but this is different because you're looking at a number 1 seed. You're looking at a team that's probably going to win their next 3 games, and you were looking at literally being in a position with a quarterback that was a clutch quarterback. This game with Carson Wentz, the game he played, was clutch. This was a clutch performance. This was a dynamic, elite quarterback performance. It was big time football. Big time football, yo. And he's hurt. As far as the MVP award, he ain't gonna win it now because Brady's gonna get it because he's gonna have 4 extra games to pad stats and all that kind of stuff. But shout out to Carson Wentz. He's the franchise touchdown passes in one season with 33. Shout out to Carson Wentz. Eggnog time, yo. He would definitely have thrown like 37, 38, 39, maybe 40 touchdowns. He was on pace for that kind of year. So what do we do now, right? You're probably saying, come on, man, stop complaining. You're bringing me down. I'm sorry. These are my thoughts in my mind at the time. So what I would say now is, let's say it comes out tomorrow, he's out for the year. Now, I know some people are texting me, he's not going to have a trade. He's just in a brace or something like that. Let me tell you, I had an torn ACL and MCL at the same time. For 3 weeks, I walked around on it without crutches, without even a brace. I walked around. The problem would be when you bend, you couldn't lift your leg, but I could walk on it. And then another time, I didn't tear all the way my ACL. The second time, my MCL tore, my ACL, the same ACL, did not tear. It was like partial tear. And in like 3 weeks, it was fine. So if let's say he doesn't have a full tear, then yes, he could possibly come back, depending on the severity of it. But the second one I had only took me a couple weeks. The first one was clean through. And the reason I hurt my leg is I kept having tumors in my left knee, and they would be reoccurrences. And every time it recurred, it would tear up the MCL, ACL. So I know what that injury is like. We'll see. We'll just see what happens. And look, if Carson can't play, if he's done for the year, then what are you going to do? We're going to dust ourselves off. We're going to say, all right, Nicky Six, it's your time to go. We're going to change this game plan to go heavy run with Ajayi, with Clement, especially Ajayi. Ajayi needs more carries. He needs a lot more carries. He's playing too good to get the limited amount. He needs to be fed more. I would lean heavy on him in these playoffs. And then you say, Nicky, manage the game, do a job, and you hope the defense can hold you. You get home field advantage. You win these 3 games. You at least get the home field, and you give your best shot. You take your best shot. That's all we can do at this point. Can they still win? If you get home field, if they get a number 1 seed, they still got a shot. They got a shot at getting, but they don't have a shot. It's going to be hard to win it. I mean, let's face it. But you take your best shot. So it's next man up. I changed the game plan. I changed the way I play my offense. I start becoming a heavy run team. You're going to see more deke and dunk. Take your shots when you can take it. Good defense and home field advantage. You get that, you're going to be okay. So, in reality, this hurts now, but we can't sit there all week and mope. We're going to have to shake this off. Whatever happens tomorrow when they tell us or they know, whatever happens, happens. As far as Carson Wentz's career goes, ACL, they come back from all the time. He will be fine. He may come back. He may not trust it for a few weeks. It may be a slow start this season. But you're going to have Carson Wentz, elite franchise quarterback, the next 10 to 15 years. The guy is a stud. The guy is a monster. Don't worry about that. That is all going to be fine. What's a shame is that you had a kid in a second year probably putting up historical numbers almost. Historical Eagles numbers. Winning an MVP in his second year. And then getting hurt. That's what hurts the most. That's what hurts. I feel bad for him. I'm praying for him. Hey, anything can happen, right? Maybe we get lucky. That's all we can hope. So, the way I see this NFC right now, I think the Eagles are pretty good position to win the number 1 seed. At least get a bye week. Matter of fact, I think if they win next week against the Giants, I think the Eagles will actually clinch a bye. I'm not positive on that. But with Seattle losing and going to 7-5, right? I think they're 7-5, 8-5, something like that. With Seattle losing, they don't have 12. They can't get the 12 wins. So the Eagles would not have to worry about them in a tiebreaker situation. The Eagles can clinch a bye week this week if they beat the Giants. I'm pretty sure. But we need home field. Man, they put up my lights. I have all my lights up just to show you. My neighbor puts his lights up, and the dog is still peeing and pissing in their yard, pissing on the light thing. They have the light thing with all the little lights going all over. The dog is peeing on it. The dog is peeing on the lights. It's gonna get electrocuted. I was waiting for it to go. You know, what the hell? That dog needs a prostate exam. I feel like with Wentz's injury, I feel like I had a prostate exam on national TV. That's what I feel like tonight. It was brutal, man. Eagle fans, I'm sorry about this. I feel bad for our fan base. I do. But the best is yet to come. The best is yet to come. And we gotta just look at it like this. I mean, I know it's bad, but we get the number one seed, get the highest seed you can, get to the playoffs, and take your best shot. Take your best shot. If you don't have Carson, then you don't have him. You come back next year stronger with him, and you make sure that he don't get injured no more. Don't let him roll out like that. Don't let him be down there the goal line with no running back. Run the ball with the running back. You don't avoid that play altogether. You know what I mean? But maybe we'll get lucky. But I tell you what, that kid balled out. That kid outplayed Wentz. That kid played like a champion. That was championship football play. Because that was a big game. And to come out that way was monstrous. So, hey, look. Why did they look at me like that for? Stop looking at me, dingbats. The dingbats. Dingbats. It's just... This is a victory rule. This is a victory celebration. But it doesn't feel like it. Honestly, it feels like a funeral. And that's a shame. Because this team is 11-2. They're 11-2. But I'm hurting. I gotta tell you, I'm hurting. I'm hurting that this kid got hurt. I feel so bad for him. I just hope and pray that this somehow that there was a rush, there was fears that it's not that bad. I'm hoping we get that kind of break. Maybe he misses 2 weeks, 3 weeks, but he's ready for the playoff. You know, something like that. Something to give us hope. But it hurts, man. It hurts because I really think that this team had a shot. I think they had a shot. But, you know, I'm not going to be down all year. I'm not going to be negative all the rest of the year. I'm going to be up. I'm going to be ready to go this week. If we have to rally around Foles, we'll do that. Better Foles than some of these other guys. You know what I mean? I mean, it could be worse, right? We could have Casey Keenum. Truthfully, you can't blame Casey Keenum for anything. He's played fantastic. I only could hope that Foles gives us that. But this team is going to have to pick it up. Doug is going to have to show us something. Hey, so with that said, I'm going to let you guys go. I hope you have a good night. I hope you take care. You know, and don't be a dingbat. And let's not, we're going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay. With that, take care. Talk to you later. And hey, don't be a dingbat.